What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to the Cold Boot, where I look at new games and/or DLC. And today we're looking at Grow Home on the PS4. This was originally a PC release from Ubisoft Reflections studio, not really Ubisoft proper, but Reflections, who you may know from games such as Driver and Destruction Derby and the original Stuntman. That Reflections, and it was originally on Steam for like $7. And it is now part of the PS Plus program for September of 2015. Press the cross button. It's a very Japan way of putting it. Press the cross button. It's the X button. This is a 3D platformer that has procedural animation. And I never got a chance to play the Steam version. I didn't really have a chance to pick it up. So I am looking forward to playing through Grow Home on the PS4. And I believe if you don't have PS Plus, it is $8 on the PS4. That's some screen tearing there, I think. Hopefully there aren't any performance issues. We'll see. Let us actually get into the game here and find out. So this is a game about going higher and higher and higher, and not like, Jeff Hardy-ish, but to actually get up in the world. So we're going to start at the bottom, much like Drake. We're going to start at the bottom here and ascend to the top of the place. So here we are. We are B.U.D. I think it's Bionetic Utility Droid, or Biomechanical. I don't know. So his animation here, my understanding, is procedural. So it is kind of wonky on purpose. So let us see if we can't, L1 or R1. There we go. Jump with the cross button. Don't want to hit those, I guess those are spikes. And so a lot of this game here is climbing. So, grab with a button, grab with a button. And you use L1, R1, or L2, R2 if you want to. Oh, we're getting Uplay points. Isn't that special? And then we grab here, pull that, and we get a crystal to absorb. And we continue making our way up this mountain. So this has a very, if you were to make an N64 game in modern times, this is kind of, I think, what you would get. Very simple, very simple geometry. But the scope is what is impressive here. In terms of the game world and everything else. And I think it has a very distinct look that I like a lot. So, we're going to head our way to the star plant. We are going to grab this fall flower, grabbing it, and then we're going to jump. Now, I don't know what button makes the fall flower. What's the fall flower button? That's... Game didn't... No, I don't want self-destruct. Okay. Triangle. The game was not clear on what it was. So you can see there... Oh, no! No! I wanted that crystal. Man. Alright. New mission. Get that crystal, which means... absconding. Oh, don't fall. Yeah, the momentum on his walking is something you definitely have to adjust to with this little dude here, but it kind of has that really good feeling of discovery to it that I think a lot of 3D platformers these days, well, first of all, there aren't a lot of 3D mascot-based platformers these days. That is a whole different discussion on a different level. So let us use that. But you can see there on his backpack, it tells you how much you have left of your fall flower. Got more of that. He's making little noises. That's cool. We're gonna head down here and see these sheep. What up, sheep? Kind of free fall a little bit. Say, hey, what's up, little polygonal sheep? How you doing? This is kind of like when you take an N64 game and you up-res it in an emulator. This is kind of like the clarity that you would get from that. But we're gonna head here to this thing, and we're gonna activate it like so. So now we have a warp point. So if we get stuck, or if we die, we can head back to this warp point. And you see there, left stick to navigate, and press square button to teleport. Obviously, we can't go back to the beginning for some... I think we can't. Left stick to... yeah. Alright. So, that's going to help us if we get stuck, in a matter of speaking. And then we continue to hunt out these crystals here. Like so. And Bud keeps making little noises like R2-D2 or, you know, something along those lines. And we had to see if we can't figure out... what our next... come on, get up there. What our next objective is, as we are doing some extreme, like, Tomb Raider type Assassin's Creed climbing here. But there are no ledges to grab on. But I'm a robot, so it doesn't actually matter. Which is nice. Try not to hit spike. That's what I want to get to that. So, what that's going to do for me is help me increase the amount of things I can grab onto and mess with. So, 0 of 4. Oh no! That's not what I wanted to happen at all. So yeah, the procedural animation sometimes can kind of screw you. Which is fine. You know, it's kind of what it's there for. So we're gonna very carefully make our way up to this thing here. And then... square button grows. Oh, it's like a wing-wang. And there we go. We have now stabbed that into that, and that makes the main plant, the star plant, grow higher and higher, and your goal is to get as high as possible again. Not like Jeff Hardy. So let's see what we can find on top of this rock here. So yeah, definitely the climbing does take a little bit of getting used to in terms of the L1, R1 alternating here. I want that to refill that. There we go. So, there we go. Next goal is over here. Oh, nope. Yep. That's... nope. Okay. I want to be on that? Okay. For some reason that did not compute when I was on. I just jumped off it for some reason. Just making dumb and bad decisions. So yeah. Say what you will. Okay. That's all it does. Say what you will about Ubisoft as a big game-making conglomerate. Certainly, they tend to bum me out with their... oh, okay. With their releases more often than not. But what they allow their smaller studios to do, things like Child of Light, things like this game, are... things like Valiant Hearts are more often than not some of my favorite games in any given year, because, you know, they're not massively overproduced games that end up being super broken when they come out. They're, you know, these little experiments that you know, more often than not end up working, which is fantastic. I don't know where I'm going. I don't see a thing to stick this thing into. I don't see one. There. Nope. Down. This is. That might not make it. That might not make it. Go. Boom. Oh god. Let's do some of that. Do some of that, star plant. Yeah. I'm not even sure how I got onto that. And then it just... oh, it's already depleted. I can't use that one. That sucks. I need a different one. Oh, alright. So, like, the up is down, down is up, like, airplane controls are kind of awkward. It's not really what you want. And this is not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. That sucks. And now I'm, like, way up here. And it gets way crazier than that, which is cool. But we went there. That is a checkpoint. So, we need to get to that. And you can see the amount of petals, or how much I have more of this fall flower. Which is alright. So, we're gonna get this here before we wrap up this video here. And unlock this. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. There we go. Get this shortcut rocking and a rolling. Come on, get your hand on there. Procedural! Come on, get your... Stop falling over. Stop. Stop. Alright. I like it, but at the same time, this stuff can be a little bit finicky. Finicky is the word. Come on. Come on now. You can do it. There we go. Okay, so now we have our warp point to go back to where we were. And so we can go here, and then I can... There you go. I can go, hey, I want to go back to the beginning. And it'll let me do that. By hitting square. And there we are, back at the beginning, but we totally got up as high as that big rock up there, so the scale of this game is pretty cool. So, that being said, this has been the Cold Boot. This has been Grow Home on the PS4, part of the September 2015 PS Plus game collection. So if you have PS Plus, go check it out. If not, it's also available on Steam for like $7. And it's pretty neat. So, I'm Attack Slug, and I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.